weighing on me. Red Dog has caught me slipping with the willie.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. On play action, Lawrence. This will be caught. Judy. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They go play action now. Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Judy. And it's 2nd down. Charles, a look there at the Jaguars draft class for 2021. And no question, this will all be judged by how Trevor Lawrence performs. But Urban Meyer and crew, they were also able to pick up some potential building blocks later on.
And that's part of the grand plan, because when you draft Trevor Lawrence, you have to surround him with talent. How about picking up Travis Etienne at number 25 in the first round, the second running back taken, and the pick from the Jalen Ramsey trade. And then in some serendipity, in the second round, they got a corner, Tyson Campbell, who they hope can replace Jalen Ramsey, as well as a big offensive tackle in Stanford's Walker Little.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. A give running right, Etienne. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jags are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Deshaun Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
Another tremendous year in 2020 where he led the NFL with 4,823 passing yards. And remember, that was in a year after DeAndre Hopkins was traded to Arizona. Also had 33 touchdown passes against only 7 interceptions. A dynamic performer.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Watson. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And Deshaun Watson, when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call because he can make every throw. That's not an issue at all. He has great touch delivering the football. But that mobility, that added dimension, when he escapes the pocket and those receivers find their way open, short, medium, and long, he finds the right guy. And last but not least, his toughness. He can stand in the pocket, take a hit, and deliver.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Miller, 56 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he'll be out of bounds. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. And here's Watson on the keeper. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. On 1st down, it's Watson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll try the left side with Lindsey. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Phillip Lindsay from 17 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball. Laviska Shenault, the intended target, but it'll be second down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's caught left side by Judy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is now 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On first down, Watson. Cooks on the quick slant. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks, 72 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. LaVisca Chenault, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. And I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
That's the down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid it, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off. But he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Amendola, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Play action. It's Lawrence to Chenault on the slant. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44, Lawrence. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He's to the 10, and this is caught at the 8. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, blitz coming, and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And now out comes Houston.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Here's Watson. To the right side, complete to Miller. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. The 40, the 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing on second and long. Watson, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's second down. Here's Watson.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And some room to roam now. Gets past one man. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's second and 9.
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Now this throw caught left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10.
That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
That catch good for only a couple. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. That's caught by Hollister. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Houston set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll run. It's Lindsey. 54 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Watson's throw here taken in by Cooks. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. 15 yards there on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston. Phillip Lindsey. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans get a bit closer. This opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A huge gain of 40 yards on the 3rd down conversion. That's going to be caught by Jeudy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Jaguars go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Back to throw, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. K'Lavon Chaisson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson under pressure. They got him again. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. A shotgun snap for Watson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's got Akins, the tight end, and unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Throws to the sideline here, complete to Jeudy.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
On play action, Lawrence.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And it's 3rd down.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tavon Austin. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
What a difference a year makes so far, at least. These guys last place in their division a year ago. Looking like they're going to move to 1-0 right now.
Not really unusual in the NFL, though, is it? Because we always talk about every year, 8-8 is kind of the baseline for everyone, plus or minus. And we've seen many teams go from worst to first. I know it's 1 week, but still, they're starting to think to themselves, we've got a chance this season.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
On 1st and 10, Watson. His throw incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But it's going to be 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man right side is Shark. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jerry Jeudy, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Baron Browning brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack on 1st down, Watson, and that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now, and he'll work this one up to about the 38.
42 yards rushing for him so far, and a boatload of touchdown runs as well.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go play action with Lawrence. This will be caught. Judy.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
It feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Lambo on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And here comes the Texans now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now it's Watson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
It's complete to Tavon Austin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Play action. It's Lawrence. 16 more on that one and another first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. Defensively that time they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows